Good afternoon and welcome to today's IELTS answer analysis class, where I will be looking at an IELTS task that you have been working on and give you the answers. And hopefully you'll be giving me your answers too to the questions if you are watching the live class today. So let me know in the chat box if you are watching live, say hi, let me know where you are, where you're watching from. And together we'll have a look at these tasks and see if we can get the right answers. So let's go straight into it then. Hello Zia, great to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Let me know if you have some answers for today's task. So I'm going to share the task on the screen so that we can have a look at it together. And we'll see here that what we were focusing on was linking words. So these are the words which are in bold and are underlined by myself in the paragraph above. And what we have to do is to identify the grammar and the purpose of these linking words. So you will see, as I said previously, that I've already underlined these words and I've used different colors in order to do this. I've used blue, green, and purple. So my first question for today, for those watching live, is why do you think I've used different colors to underline these different words and phrases? If you know the answer, let me know in the chat box. Bayan, great to see you. Hello. Thanks for saying hi. Anyone else who is watching as well, say hi. Let me know you're here. Alice, hey, how are you doing? Great to see you in the class today. So any responses then? Any ideas as to why I've used these different colors? Do let me know if you have a response to that. Well, since I've not had any responses thus far, I will go on to talk about this. So I've used different colors to indicate the different grammatical parts of speech. So most of these words are phrases, we can see, for example, such as, for instance, in order to, as a result. And as they are phrases, they don't fit into the adverb or conjunction box. Some of them you could describe potentially as being conjunction-like or adverbial phrases, but they're not adverbs or conjunctions as single words, and so we'll put these in the other box. However, with moreover, this is a word which is an adverb, so that's why it's underlined in purple, and the words at the beginning of the paragraph, however, because, and like, are in these contexts being used as conjunctions. Sorry, the word momentarily slipped out of my mind. So that's what we have. So we have the conjunctions in green. We'll just highlight that here. We have the adverb is in purple. And for all the phrases, the multi-word phrases, we're going to put them under other. To be honest, this part of the task is not so important. What's really important is that we are able to use these words and connectors correctly. That's the most important thing in this task. Okay, so Alice, yeah, you'd like me to increase the size? Absolutely. Let me just do that now. If you do have the task from the Facebook group, then also do feel free to refer to your task as well throughout this video. Yeah, ideally you should be able to do that too, but no problem, I can increase the size. Okay, so as I said, the most important thing then is not so much the grammar. Obviously we need to use it correctly grammatically, but we don't necessarily need to know, is this an adverb, is this a conjunction? What we do need to be able to do is to use these words and phrases in the correct context. So, however, then, is a conjunction which we use to do what? Any suggestions? Okay, so Alice, you want to be honest, you found it very challenging. Yeah, possibly the first part would be challenging. Is it an adverb? Is it a conjunction? As I say, this is not actually the most important part of the task. The important part of the task is, can we use these words in the correct context? Hello, Ruel, by the way, in the class. Great to see you. Okay, so however then is a conjunction which we use to provide contrast. If we use however, we're taking two ideas which are different ideas, they're contrasting ideas, and we are linking them together. Okay, so that's where we would put however. Let's have a look at the next word. Oops, oh, didn't want to do that. Let's get rid of that if we can. Okay, so let's have a look at the next word then, which we should be able to see now, and see if we can identify what the purpose is of this word as well. Okay, so just waiting for this to load up. Just be one moment. If anyone's got the answer to the purpose of the next word, how we use it, then please let me know in the chat as you're watching. So we've got because was the next word, wasn't it? And that one should be fairly easy. It's a common word, and we use because in order to provide a reason for something. So when we're using because, we're thinking why. Why is something the case? Well, when we give an answer to a why question, we use because. So because is for a reason. Okay, so we can put that in there. Right. And as to the next word, good, Zia. Glad to see that you are participating along here with the correct answers. I like it. What about talking about like? What about like being used as a conjunction? Well, like is there to provide examples, isn't it? We use like to provide examples. Okay. So those are the answers then to the first three linkers that we are looking at. Now we've got for example. So for example is a phrase, so it doesn't fit into the conjunction adverb boxes. So of course we use for example to provide examples, don't we? So we put this in this box here. This is like learning to write all over again, writing on a computer. Okay, that's where this one goes. Did you get this one correct, guys that are watching? Yep, Zia, fantastic. Like is for an example. Moving on to the next one, such as. So such as is all to give out, isn't it? So that's how we use it. So we can just squeeze that into the same box, should be for other. Say as it's a phrase, we'll put it into the other box. So we can use such as or, for example, both of them are used for the same purpose. Okay, so just do a little arrow just to show we're using it as other when it comes to grammatical class. And next we've got for instance, and we have yet another way of giving an example of something. So for example, for instance, we can use both of these expressions. I'm going to make this just it's a little bit smaller just for a moment, just so I can see my screen. And yeah, we can put that in just here. So for example, or for instance, I'll just Put that here. There we go. Yeah, for example, for instance. Okay, and on to the next one. We've got moreover. So moreover is our adverb, and we use moreover for additional information. So we can put that just up here. Okay. On to the final two. So in order to is purpose. So we use that for a purpose. Yeah, we can see here transmitted in order to save time. So the purpose of transmitting it is to save time. Just put that in here. And finally, as a result, well, that's quite obvious, isn't it? That's used to talk about a result. What is the result? The economy benefits. Okay, so we've got then a linker for each of the purposes here. We've got lots of linkers to talk about examples. Remember that in writing, if you use like, that's a little bit informal, such as, for example, for instance, our more formal versions. Like is used very commonly in speaking, but you have some linkers that you can use here for lots of different purposes. So try to incorporate these into your writing. If you do so, you will be writing more coherent essays and reports, and you will have the possibility of increasing your grades there for coherence and cohesion. So have a go at that. Thank you to all those who have participated today. Thank you for your answers, Zia and Alice as well. Moreover, using additional information, absolutely. As I say, conjunction, adverb, moreover can be used as an adverb, but the most important thing is using it for the correct purpose. So until next time, keep working hard in the Facebook IELTS group, and I will see you again on Thursday.